Hey everybody, let's do some prayer requests today. Still nobody gave any money, so I guess people are still not thinking about other people. They're still thinking about themselves, trying to keep up with the Joneses or with the Hudsons or whoever's by you. People, we need to give. If you want to be blessed, you got to stop and stop thinking of yourself, but start giving. Cool, that's where the blessings come from. Okay, so when I ask you, we really need your donations because it's really true. It's not a lie. It's not a scam. It's not a hoax, but it's really real. Like the electric goes through the walls. It's real. You can't see electric always, but you can't. Oh, you don't want to really touch electricity because it can throw you across the room. But it's all around you in many ways and different forms. But the thing is, prayer time has a lot to do with our giving time. And nobody's giving. I'm getting a lot of thumbs up, which I don't really need thumbs up. Thank you for that, but I need because to me it's kind of like this because that don't pay the bills. But if I can get a thumbs up and get a little ching, that really helps pay the bills around here, with the internet and everything. And they all like to get the information and consume the content. I love to give it to you. But like I say, we're gonna have to go to a paid model, so you won't be able to watch this stuff for free much longer. I think that's where we're going to have to go. And other people, it might open up other doors to other people to watch this content, more people than what's watching. That's watching, but they're not really giving or being really a serious subscriber. Because a real person that is helping a minister gets paid rightfully what they earn by the wage of what they do. Just like when you go get a job, do a job, you expect to get paid from your employer rightfully, right? Or if you work for yourself and you have a bunch of contractors or clients, you want them to pay you and your payment is due, right? Well, the same is true for me. The only thing I ask is simply that you donate. And if you show that with your faith, then God shows it with His love and blessing. Otherwise, you can't do that, then that's why your life is in this condition that it is. So I just want to say that I hope people will give more so that they can really be blessed. And I hope that people can think about people that are around them and be more friendly and more fair and not be so judgmental and biased and just think about their problem and not realize the other problems that are around them that are just as important. And not to take their faults or or like to blame all their problems on everybody else because they're in pain or because they have something else going on mentally that's wrong or both. Whatever the case may be, I don't know what's going on, but a lot of times when people have a lot of pain, they get oversensitive. I can relate to it because that's what I was trying to say to somebody last night. And I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I have gotten oversensitive with people. The first thing in my mind that I wanted to do is because I was in pain, I wanted to take it out on people because that's the temptation. But I didn't give in to that temptation or psyche of behavior because I knew that behavior was not acceptable. So I want to pray to all those tonight that God, that you put a hand over the people that have pain and that you would heal their pain. You touch their leg, you touch their back, you touch their butt bone, wherever the pain is in the joints. You touch your pelvic area, you touch their growing pains, you would touch the pains that are in their family that are behavior or mental related or parental or children. The pains can be those kinds of pains as well. And that you would touch that and put your hand over all those situations, Lord. And I pray for Lori and Katie Carter that they would refriend me on Facebook because I didn't say nothing out of line in the other video. I just said the truth. And I guess they misread it into something that I said and took it out and thought it was personal when it wasn't. And I just want you to pray for Katie's sugar to be more level and hope that, Lord, you can help with that situation and that she can have the money to buy her medicine. And it looks like because she got that job that will be able to be a plus now, and that's wonderful. And I hope that Lori can take better care of herself because I know that sometimes she can't control her bowels and it's kind of embarrassing kind of thing. But and she doesn't always go to the hospital when she should. And I hope that, Lord, that she'll listen to the advice of her friends and listen to people that really do love her like I do and care about her both and Katie. And will listen to the advice of doctors and their friends and go and get checked out and go in the hospital when she needs to and not wait till it gets real bad. Because one time when she gets in the hospital, it might be so bad that she may never come out because she'll die. She waited too long. So I don't want that to happen to Lori. So I just pray that she will get the help that she needs. And if she needs any kind of mental help, that she'll get medicine or whatever counseling or whatever therapy that she needs that will help her with her moods and with her emotional side, which could probably help her. I pray, Lord, that she would get that help. People that know Lori Denning Carter, she's a wonderful girl, but everybody knows she is kind of moody and kind of takes things out of context and sometimes gets upset real easy, and she does. And I've known this for the last 20-some years that I've known her. And I don't say this to be mean or ill-heartedly or ill-willed, but I just hope that God will help her get the medication she needs to help get that stuff resolved so she could be more calm and a more even-minded person. Because to take me off of Facebook for praying for her, and stuff was really not necessary. Because I didn't say nothing out of line, I didn't think. But anyway, because we have a church, and of course I say stuff online all the time publicly about people. And if you don't want me to say nothing, then let me know, and I won't say nothing about your situation. But I didn't get any comments from the Carter of Katie or Lori, so I just went and said what I said. Not to be telling your business, but this is a church video. So when you're at church, that's what the preacher does behind the pulpit, and everybody that's in this community, I don't think it's going to make you look bad when they already know something's going on with these things that are being mentioned anyway. And they're not going to put you down because of it or treat you any different either. They know, and they're probably praying about it too. So don't take things so personal, okay? Realize that people really love you and care, and that's why I say the things I say. And that's why I am out here saying this, not to put you down or anything. Please be in prayer with the Shields family. There's some bad choices that are being made with the kids and the kind of care that they're in with Barbara Poe across the hallway, who really doesn't want to really have anything to do with me, and she's doing everything she can to cause me trouble here at Harbor Square and to get me out of this complex with saying I've broken into her computer and was hacking her computer, which I was not, and all this other stuff, which is crazy stuff. And then, allow somebody named Danny, who lives on the first floor downstairs in apartment 4, lives in an apartment downstairs across from Kathy. And she got in. Beth Ann got into his car yesterday, and from what I know, what he's done to women around here, touching them inappropriately, there's 5 of them that have told me that in confidence as a preacher. And I can say this, but I'm not going to say who they are. I do know who all 5 of them are. And they really did come to me in confidence. I'm not making this up. I would never do that. But the thing is, as God is my witness, I don't think it's a good idea for Beth Ann to be riding in a car with him, with that kind of reputation. And I don't think it's somebody that Barbara should be associated with, and I don't think Barbara should be watching Beth Ann either because of that association. And I don't think that Danny should have any contact with Beth Ann either, or any of the boys either, because of that association, that behavior, and that reputation. I think those are bad choices that they made, who they have watching their children. I recommend that they will prayerfully find someone else to watch their kids, or this whole story, they'll work this out with me and they'll allow me to watch the kids again. And that way we won't have to worry about this evil association or have to worry about the lack of responsibility or oversight or judgment from Barbara Poe, or risking the safety of them being in the car with somebody that potentially does touch women inappropriately and does other things to them that are lewd. And have your daughter might be subjected to that as well. And so, let's just pray that all this stuff will really find itself and really will get the help that it needs. And, that way, they can be in a better situation all around. And, I just, I wonder about that, because it's scary, the truth always comes out, don't it? As it does, And another one I want to list to the prayer request is Cindy Miller. She's my aunt. she's had some health problems and some surgeries recently, and I just want you to lift her up in your prayers and pray for Cindy Miller and Steve Miller, for their situation and things that they're going through right now. I don't want to mention it because she's really private about those kinds of things, but just keep her in your prayers, both of them. And I just want to lift up Sharon and Uncle Dave. From what I understand, they're working at camp this week with a bunch of young, aspiring kids, and you know how they can be. So, keep them in their prayers. They're going to need all the prayers and the strength that they can to work with all those rascals this week at camp. And I don't know if it's here at this camp up here or Oak Hill or it's down south in North Carolina. I have no idea. I guess I could look at the websites because actually all the counselor rosters are actually there. It tells you who's working each week. So my Uncle Dave, Garrett Jones, he's there working, and Aunt Sharon's there too, working as well, alongside of him. So anyway, it's good to hear they're at camp this week, wherever that may be. But keep them in your prayers. And also keep our finances here at New Honor Church of Christ and hope that people will step up to the plate and do their part so that we can keep doing our part by kicking it hot to you about the news and about all the things that we're doing here that are good for the community here at Harbor Square Apartments and the complex. And, hope more food donations come in. We need food for the people here. You can deliver all food donations at 7101. That's the office here. When you come in, it's Harbor Square Apartments on both sides. You want to take the left one, and the building's on the right. And what you want to do is just go in there and say you have a food donation to give. If you're a club, a church, or maybe you're a bakery, or maybe you're a store and you got extra goods you want to drop off here, like cakes and cookies and breads and cereals or vegetables, anything like that. Bring it over there and just go to Janine Brown. She's the landlord. Or Mrs. Gonzalez. I don't know what her last name is. I think it's Lewin. Is it Lewin? Okay, Lewin. Pray that you just bring the food there and just drop it off there to those two lovely ladies there, and they know what to do with it. Okay, just say it's for New Honor Church of Christ as a donation to help the community here at Harbor Square. It's just, we really need a lot of food here, folks, for the people. And if you got donations you want to give, pies, cakes, anything, ice cream, anything you could give that you want to give that would help the community here at Harbor Square immensely, just bring it over to the office. Okay, that's right here. You go, you take the left, it's on the right. It's that big multi-purpose building. It's not the laundromat, it's the first door you come to. You don't go there. There's another door, it says rent box. It's not that door. But you want to go all the way down where it has the big open sign on the door. It may be closed. Maybe it might be when you come, but it's still open. Just knock on the door if you come before 4 o'clock, Monday through Friday, as long as it's not a holiday. Knock on there real loud. You have to do it really kind of hard on the metal part of the door. Don't knock on the glass because it might break it. But knock on that part and just say you're here from a church or you're here from a store or from anybody could get in on this because it's a tax write-off and you're writing that stuff off anyway. And why not do something good with that food? You give it to people here and they'll definitely eat it. And you can feel good about doing that as a ministry with your store, bakery, or even if you got extra food you've been blessed with that you want to just be charitable and give. Bring it over here and many people here would appreciate that. So be in prayer that we do that and just talk to Janine Brown. She's in the office, nice landlord, really sweetheart, and talk to resource lady Lulian. I think it's Lulian Gonzalez. She's the resource lady here for Harbor Square, and talk to either one of those two fine ladies, and they'll take care of it. So anyway, we want to bring up safety here at Harbor Square with the elder and the kids, and not saying there's not a lot of safety going on, but just pray that things will be more smoother here this summer and things will get more easy and calm for all residents and neighbors and everybody included. And, because that's what we want. We want a good, safe, nice community where we live for everyone to be able to live. Even if we don't get along with some people, we can still have a nice community. And, and hopefully that's what we'll do. Please pray for Kathy Tucker and pray for Miriam Tate. She's going to visit with her sister, and she's got some other things going on in her life. I won't say that on the air because she said not to tell what the real things are. But just keep her in your prayers and everything that's going on with that situations that's going on in her life. Keep that in Miriam Tate. Lift her up in your prayers. And I pray, Lord, that you will put your loving hands around her and her whole family during this time, and keep them in your prayers. Um, I also want to pray for Kathy Tucker too, as well, and hope she's feeling better. I don't think she's feeling too good today, because I guess the heat might have tired her out. Might have tuckered her out. Could you get it? Kathy tuckered, might have tuckered her out because it is hot out there. Because she was saying she was tired yesterday, and she may be tired a little bit today. Maybe a little depressed as well. Please help her with that situation, whatever's going on there, and hopefully she'll feel better tomorrow. And help everybody in here with this situation. Please be with my Uncle Jim. I got to meet his aide yesterday. She's really a sweetheart, really nice lady. Really fun to be around, and she's fun because she laughs a lot and she's nice. And I see why Uncle Jim really likes to be with her because of that reason, because she's got a good bubbly personality, which is good to have. She's got a lot of joy and happiness in her. She's a mother of 2 fine young children as well. So keep her in your prayers, and keep my uncle in your prayers, Uncle Jim Jones. And my Aunt Debbie, who's staying at a home in Hanover, keep her in prayers, and hope there ain't no abusive things going on there. I don't know if there is. Some people think there might be, but we're not really sure. But just be in prayer for that whole situation, and hope that it's just nothing more than just maybe somebody's just misunderstanding. Hopefully everything's fine over there. I think things are okay over there. I don't really know personally. I'm just going by what I hear from the family. And, just pray for that situation over there. And hope that Debbie will get better enough so that she can come home and live back with my Uncle Jim here. She can stay there. Maybe they'll get more money, or I'll get the job working with the police, and I can maybe help facilitate that. I don't know. But that's all in your hands, Lord. And help, Lord, the church, and I'll get a church, not just online that's real, but one that's real because I have a real building. Bobby was up here last Sunday trying to raise money at Pole Green Church of Christ to help his church in Cambridge or Caymanita? They got a church. It's an area. It sounds like an area that's out of a storybook, but really it's not. It's really where they really live, but it sounds like something that would come out of the medieval times. But really it's not. It's Caymandale, I think is what I said, but he was there kind of trying to raise money. I probably got it wrong, but I'll hear about it later. But just help them with the church there, Sherry and Bobby Wallace. Help them with that, with their efforts there, because he's doing the same thing what I'm doing, is trying to start and grow a church. And it takes a lot of prayer and a lot of money and a lot of love to do it. And that's why that's what your giving does for us. When you give, it helps pay me to do more, but it also helps us to do these things we're talking about, like what Bobby Wallace is doing. I'm very proud of Bobby Wallace, He's overcome things in his life, and I have too. We're all growing. We're all changing every day. And that's what it's all about in the ministry. We're doing good for each other and trying to do the right thing. And that's what this is really all about. And, just be in prayer for the whole situation, be in prayer for everybody here to get their needs in for the Harbor Square community, and be in prayer for everybody, even people I haven't mentioned. Be with Sheldon and help that he'll be able to get his papers so he can become a citizen here in the United States, and be able to get a better job here. Hope he'll get that in the near future, and he'll be able to work and do what he loves. He wants to be a trainer, but he can do that maybe to help him get through school, and then once he gets out, he can go into the ministry if that's what he really wants to do. But be in prayer for all that situation, and help Barbara Poe to get some help mentally. She needs some help in her head, help her to calm that mind down, help her to stop gossiping and lying and stirring up stuff all the time like she likes to do and causing trouble. She's outside right now. She's going back into her apartment right now. But, you need to, really, because I see her on the nanny cam, but you need to really, help her, Lord, to really get some closure, and help her not to be such a worrywart and nosy and be stirring up all kinds of trouble like she usually does, talking to the Shields and Sean and getting things all going there. Lord, just help all that stuff just to stop, all this teenage kind of behavior. kind of stop, because realize that the Shields will realize to see what she really is, a liar, and that she just causing trouble, just trying to divide like she did with us, and that they'll really see that as the truth instead of taking up for her and really, believe in her, but really seeing the truth for what she really is. Thank you, Lord, for everything you do, and of course, help that Barbara will get the proper help she needs, whatever it is, mental, or maybe put in a home somewhere, because that's really probably where she needs to be. Thank you for everything that you do in Jesus' name, amen. So I hope, everybody out there, I hope your prayers are answered. Hope people will be encouraged to give. This is Michael Rosells from New Hunter Church of Christ. Take care. God bless.